Bruce Lee's training was unlike anything the world had seen before. Among his many methods, one stood out as both simple and powerful: shadowboxing. For Bruce, shadowboxing was not just about throwing punches into the air. It was a complete practice of speed, creativity, and mental sharpness. Every morning, Bruce would stand in front of a mirror or in an open space and begin his routine. He moved lightly on his feet, his body flowing like water. His strikes were sharp and fast, each punch and kick thrown with precision. But more than the movements, shadowboxing was about imagination. Bruce would visualize an opponent in front of him, reacting, countering, attacking. He used shadowboxing to practice strategies, test combinations, and refine his timing without the limits of a real sparring partner. It was here that he experimented freely, discovering new angles, footwork patterns, and techniques. His shadowboxing routine also trained his mind-body connection. He focused on rhythm, breathing, and fluidity, making sure his movements came from relaxation, not tension. Sometimes, he would shout or explode into sudden bursts of speed, training his body to strike with power at any given moment. For Bruce, shadowboxing was also a form of meditation in motion. It allowed him to clear his mind, stay present, and push his creativity. Every session was a mix of discipline and freedom, a dance between structure and expression. Through this routine, Bruce Lee transformed shadowboxing from a simple warm-up into a laboratory of martial arts. It became a place where he tested his philosophy of using no way as way, having no limitation as limitation. Today, when we see Bruce's incredible speed and fluidity on screen, much of it was born in those moments alone, just him, his reflection, and the endless possibilities of shadowboxing. Bruce Lee's training was legendary, filled with intensity, discipline, and innovation. Among his most important practices was shadowboxing, a routine he treated not just as a warm-up, but as a core part of his martial arts mastery. When Bruce shadowboxed, it wasn't just random punches and kicks. He moved with purpose. His footwork was light and explosive, his hands lightning fast, his body flowing with rhythm. Each strike carried intention, as if a real opponent stood before him. In these sessions, Bruce used his imagination as a sparring partner. He visualized attacks coming from different directions and trained himself to react instantly. He would block, counter, and strike with full speed, testing strategies and refining his timing. This made his shadowboxing routine as much a mental exercise as a physical one. Bruce also practiced in front of a mirror, studying his movements carefully. He analyzed every detail: stance, posture, speed, and angles, correcting flaws in real time. The mirror became his silent teacher, giving him instant feedback and helping him achieve perfection in technique. Another key part of his shadowboxing was